Last night, our stream was interrupted by a thunderstorm that came into my area, and it was my power just kept going on and off, so had to end the stream. But last night we were testing a couple things before I went offline. I'm gonna make sure that the stream is live and that all things are a go. But yeah, on my end, there's a thunderstorm. Give me 1 second. All right. So pretty much what we're going to be focusing in on is this persistent subscription error that we've been having for the past several days now. It's getting to the point where it's weighing on me a little bit that we still haven't gotten to the bottom of what's causing it. You know, we've submitted quite a few versions to iOS, and I just think that there's some things that, you know, it's like when the longest bug that it ever took me to solve on a past project was I was working on an online mental health platform called Bright Choice, and I was working on the time zone logic because people would be accessing from different time zones, and I had to figure out how to make sure there was a time zone discrepancy where it would show a specific time zone in the database, but then when it was converting on the front end, it was showing incorrect time zones. And I figured out that the JavaScript function that I was using, or the package that I was using, actually pulled the local time zone off the user's browser. And it took me 4 days to find that. I was looking at all my back-end logic and trying to figure out why will these time zones not convert. And then at the end, it turned out that the error, the bug, was actually pretty simple. It came down to one function in the front end that I had totally overlooked. So, you know, I think that this is just, you know, the way that programming can go sometimes. And right now I'm slugging through one of those moments where, you know, it's just a little bit difficult. What's up, Robodex? But yeah, I think we had this version, this build 1.0.20, and this build, I tried it and tested it this morning, and this build did fail. It did fail. And it failed. When I say it failed, I mean it did not fix our problem. Vistastar, what's going on? Welcome. So honestly, guys, I'm just to the point where I'm trying to muster up the motivation to continue to get to the bottom of what's causing this subscription bug. But I'll be honest, it's definitely weighing on me at this point. It's been 2 days of persistence, and when you're working on bugs and you just can't get something to work, and you know, I just don't know. I don't know what's causing this. So that being said, so where we're at right now, let me pull up test flight so I can share with you guys what I'm seeing, and also something that I did on my end. Give me 1 second, guys. So let's pull up our iPhone mirroring and then go to test flight, and I'm going to show you what I did. Rovidex said I got told that if it's ready to submit, it does not work. I looked through all the pages. It doesn't say ready to submit. It's actually approved. The subscription is approved in App Store Connect. So something that I did this morning before I turned on the stream was I changed this subscription screen so that it would have some debug information for us. So, you know, when you pull up the subscription screen now, it says subscription debug info, offerings null, offering ID none, products found 0, RC monthly not found, any package not found. So obviously our subscription information is just not being found. It's not being pulled up. So we just have, I don't know. I don't know if you guys, Robodex says, no, it's not that, like on the version thing. What do you mean on the version thing? So, you know, where we're at right now is it says that based on all of our screenshots, Cursor thinks that the root causes potentially could be, it says Product IDs. I mean, maybe we just need to try doing a complete reconfiguration of RevenueCat. You know? And just totally reconfigure, you know, if I pull up RevenueCat here, you know, we have this apps and providers here. Ready to submit? No, Robodex, that's not it, trust. I'll show you. Here. This is test flight. This is test flight. So let's take a look at our app configuration. So here's our App Store configuration, and just to confirm, we do have com.bridgemind.goalpost set up correctly, which is our app bundle ID. LocoCraft asked, is this a vibe coding project with zero coding knowledge? No, not zero coding knowledge, but we have been vibe coding. I've been a software engineer for several years. But so let's take up and go here and take another look at just these entitlements. You know, we have this entitlement. It's hooked up. We thought that this is, last night we really thought that this is what was gonna, you know, push it over the edge. Rilver just asked if I could share the playlist. Yeah, let me, I don't know which one. I've played different ones. I'm gonna put my headphones on and get the focus music playing now. But yeah, I mean, just a little bit, you know, everybody knows how it is as a programmer. If you're stuck on a persistent bug, especially one like this that has so many different variables, that could be the issue. Sometimes it's just a little bit difficult. But yeah, here, let me share this playlist. I think it's this one here. And by the way, if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. You know, it's a pretty big grind at this point. You know, 15 days of live streaming this journey. It's a lot, but we're staying on it. Robodex said what you should do is ask it to delete the entire subscription logic and then recreate it. Yeah, the problem is it's not in the code, it's a configuration problem. Like here, subscription debug info, you can see that it's fetching no offerings. So, LocoCraft said forgot to ask Flutter. No, this is React Native. So we said back to the grind, yeah. You know, I'm just struggling to think through, okay, subscription debug info. It's not pulling in anything regarding the subscription. Nothing in the subscription is pulling in. So we have this entitlement, and we really thought that last night, once we found this, that this was going to be the solution. We were like, this is it, guys, you know, this is it. And you know, I tested it and it's still not it. So at this point, I'm kind of like, well, look at this. GoalPost App Store, it's hooked up to the monthly subscription, GoalPost Premium Monthly, which I've confirmed in App Store Connect that this is an actual subscription. It's approved. It has the correct entitlement. It has everything that we may need. Vista Star said, have you gone through the S? What do you mean the S? And to just reconfirm what we're doing, you know, we need to solve the subscription logic before we can do any marketing, because this is essentially a code related issue or a setup related issue. Until we solve this, we can't make any money. So the Stripe documentation, the API documentation. I mean, we may just need to do that. You know? problem is it's such the... Somebody just said the music is too loud. I just turned it down. But yeah, let me, I'm going to put on a cup of coffee real quick. I'll be back in like 30 seconds, but yeah, I mean, we're obviously going to continue to be grinding on this, but yeah, I just don't get it, guys. I just don't understand. I turn the music down, but yeah, I'll be back. All right, if you guys are just jumping on the stream now, make sure you like the stream. Also, being active in chat helps, and any of your ideas would be much appreciated. We got persistent revenue cat issues. URL. What does the URL need to be? I mean, maybe we could try this. Maybe we could try setting up a paywall and then calling the paywall instead of trying to, you know, maybe that would, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure at this point, guys. Alright, so we're going to screenshot this. Robodex says just use Stripe. Okay, so terms of service buttons. Somebody said that personally they would create a tiny MVP and see if the issue persists there. If it doesn't get cursor to compare the two and find out what the fix may be. That is a good idea. Drop in our terms of service from the website. All right. check the configuration of RevenueCat in the SDK. Are we up to date, or do we need to make any changes based on the screenshot provided? I mean, maybe we can test with the paywall. Maybe the paywall has better connections to what we're trying to do, you know? DDG, what's up? He asked if there's any update on Play Store approval. We've been stuck on a issue with RevenueCat in the iOS, and we're waiting to hear back from Google Play developer support. Okay. Confirm and publish. All right. So now we have a paywall. So now let's go over to product catalog. Go to paywall. I have now set up a paywall in RevenueCat. Instead of having the subscription screen, is it possible to instead just call the RevenueCat paywall? How would I do this? Maybe, maybe there's a problem with our code configuration. Maybe we just need a paywall. And then once we have the paywall, maybe whatever problem that we have is gonna go poof, go away. Let me grab my coffee. I'll be right back. All right. All right, so we're gonna replace this paywall with we're gonna replace our own custom screen with the RevenueCat paywall. And what we're hoping for is that the paywall could potentially solve our issue. Also, if you guys are watching and you haven't already liked the stream or subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. We're on day 15 of this series. We're slugging through the grind. We've had some really good wins the past 2 weeks. I would say that right now we're in a little bit of a lull. And, the more that you guys can help out, the better. I do think that we're going to get through it. But, right now it's just that when you're on your third day of the same issue, and our issue is we can't get the subscription logic working, you get a little bit worn down. I was considering maybe just taking a day off and taking a step back, but I decided against it. I was like, you know what? That's not who I am. I'm the type of person that just slugs through it and continues to grind. And if you guys agree with that mindset, support the mindset, then, help support the channel. This song's really good. I've been sacrificing the gains for this, guys. Remember, mind healthy, body healthy, soul healthy. So it's going to replace this entirely with the RevenueCat paywall. All right, successfully implemented Revenue Cat paywall. I've completely replaced your custom subscription screen with Revenue's built-in paywall. Here's what changed. Custom UI. Removed all the complex custom subscription UI code. Manual package handling. No more searching for packages or handling offerings manually. Could work, guys. Debug alerts. Remove the complex debug information in alerts. Custom purchase logic. Revenue Cat handles all purchase flows now. Okay. Okay. Testing. Alright, let's test it out, guys. Imagine just a huge win right off the bat. That's what I'm... You know, if you can picture it, maybe you can achieve it. One second, guys. Vistastar said paywall is generic, not really good for native mobile apps. Yeah, but the thing is that we're not necessarily worried about the styling. We're more worried about the actual functionality. If we can get the functionality to work, then that's a huge win. But I'm in agreement with you. It's very basic, but a lot of common apps do use paywalls. So I'm thinking that maybe the paywall has the built-in logic that we're missing somehow. Somehow we've missed something, you know? Somewhere, somehow we missed something. Hold on, I gotta get my database reconfigured. But yeah, I mean, I'm just so tired of this error. All right. All right. I don't know if it'll work on this simulator. I don't know. Let's see. If you guys are just tuning in, we're working on our subscription logic that we've been working on for about 2 days now. It's been a pretty tough roadblock for us, but we're trying to break through it. We're trying to just to continue through the grind and to get this working. But it's definitely been a process. What we're testing now is we are moving from a customized paywall or subscription screen that has our own code, and instead we're embedding the Revenue Cat subscription paywall. Vistastar recommended giving Cursor the full Revenue Cat API documentation. It's a good idea. All right, let's see if this works now. So let's see here. Hopefully we can test it locally. If you guys are watching and haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're at 1,456 subscribers. 1,456. So something I've been thinking about just with the, BridgeMind channel is that I need to start making more long-form YouTube videos. Somebody just asked, ACOG just asked, do you use the AI-built iSide versus built AI? I don't understand that, but I think he's asking me if I use VS Code. No, this is Cursor. I wonder if vibe coding is going to become mainstream, more mainstream than it already is. Like something that I've been noticing is that I'll post, somebody just asked me how many dollars am I so far king? Well, right now it's 0, and the reason is because we haven't gotten our subscription functionality working, so we haven't started marketing. So we basically did a soft launch this week. I was surprised that Apple accepted our build. They did, and now we're on the App Store. We have let's pull up our latest download data right here. Let's check it out. Let's see how many downloads we have. Analytics. We have 36 downloads. 36 downloads. The impressions are going up quite a bit. So now if we go to upgrade to premium. Okay. All right. There is an error with your configuration. Check the underlying error for more details. But here is what the revenue cat screen actually looks like. So what's the error though? It's this right here. Tralala just asked, why don't you use native Apple payment? Well, at this point, I might have to. No. All right, let's just push this. Let's push this, guys. Let's push it. Let's push it. We have a potential fix. Wait, no. Gosh. All right, let's try this. If we go to, so this is something that I will say in this whole process, we have learned a lot. Like, I know now that we can go here and we can go to edit scheme, and then we can go to run and then select a store kit can file. And that is in GoalPosts. I guess we already deleted it. At some point, we already deleted that, I guess. Somebody just said Stripe maybe. Yeah, but Stripe isn't really your recommended mobile. But that is definitely an option. We may do it. All I know is that we need to figure this out on stream today. So thank you guys for, supporting and, being here for the journey. Because at this point, I'm pretty done with this error, if you can't tell. Okay, so I'm gonna say please version the build so we're gonna test this out in test flight to 1.0.22 and then deploy our changes to GitHub and then run the EAS CLI to deploy the latest build to the App Store Connect and then deploy that build correctly. Okay. All right, so I don't even want to mess with it locally. I just want to see if we can get it working in test flight. Because the other day we were getting all excited because you can just create like a store kit config file in Xcode and you can get it rendering because your store kit is essentially it's like, and that's, I don't know. There's a lot of things that like basically you have this store kit file. And you can create a store kit file locally that just has basically some dummy data in it, right? And it'll render in all that data on your subscription screen then. So right now, if we wanted this to load locally and not, show this loading screen and whatnot, all we would have to do is create a store kit config file, okay? The issue is that when we actually deploy this to production, it's not working. But we went through in RevenueCat. And on our end, we have this paywall now. And this paywall has it. The UI looks terrible, I know, but we're solely focused on actually getting functionality to work. So the question is this gonna work? And I'm not sure. But we have this hooked up to RC Monthly right here. So I just don't understand, if we have this hooked up in the paywall in RevenueCat, why would it not work when we push it to production if we have it 100% configured correctly in RevenueCat? That's like basically the biggest question that we're on right now is how can we get this working? Somebody said, does Apple allow Stripe now? I heard there's some change due to antitrust or something, but not sure. That's actually a really good point. Let's ask ChatGPT because I heard a couple other people asking that as well. Let's pass this in and ask. But what about Google? Also, if you guys haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. So it says a U.S. federal judge ruled in the Epic versus Apple case that Apple must allow developers to include links to external payment systems inside their apps and cannot take any commissions on those transactions. Oh wow! So that was like the whole Fortnite. So is Fortnite back on the App Store? And how recent was this? J35, welcome to the stream. What's up? So I'm going to say, please give dates. And let's see what's going on here. So, January of 2025. So this is new. 6 months. Let's pull up, make sure. Okay, so our build is in progress, guys. Build is in progress. Let's go check on Expo just to make sure that the actual build versioned. 1.0.22. Yep, looks good. All right. So in about 6 minutes, we'll be able to push this to test flight and run it. So that's good. So you can now add Stripe checkout links in your iOS app for subscriptions and digital goods. Apple cannot charge a commission on those payments. Okay. What about Google Play? Okay, so maybe we do just need to do Stripe. Like, if this doesn't work, maybe we just say, hey, like, we've worked on this long enough, and for whatever reason, RevenueCat and Apple are just not doing it for us. And we're going to have to make the decision of what we want to use. So, let's see if this build works. But honestly, guys, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I'm at the point where, we've been stuck on this for 3 days, and the attack surface is so wide in terms of what problems there could actually be, that I'm at the point where I'm just ready to call it and just say, let's move on and, let's just hook up Stripe, because Stripe is easy. Stripe is very, very easy. And they have great webhooks, and we could probably get that working in the next couple hours. But, I mean, this is definitely frustrating. I'll tell you what, guys. So what would that have to look like? Would I have to have an external link in the sign-up process that takes them to my website? Robodex thinks that Stripe is the best at the moment. Movement. Trial Law said, let's go with Stripe or Lemon Squeezy if you care about not doing any tax in the long run. So it says, when you can link out, you may include one external purchase link for digital goods. Okay. Alright, so Stripe is a potential option for sure. Build is still in progress. If you guys are just joining in, make sure you like the stream. That's really important for me. Liking the stream. Like, for example, right now we only have 7 likes, guys, and there's 18 watchers. So if you're watching, you haven't already liked the stream and subscribed, make sure you do so. We're going to figure this out today. I'm just so done with, this persistent bug. J35 said, the problem you are facing actually gives a really good product idea. There should be a pre-built framework with payment properly integrated so you can make your application over that make your application over that framework. Yeah. Ren asked, are your RevenueCat API keys actually set in your .env file? Yeah, they are. And something to note about RevenueCat API keys is that the communication between RevenueCat and RevenueCat and the App Store and the Google Play Store, it's actually all client side. So, whereas with Stripe, you have a lot of server side things going on where, you have your secret key, and then a lot of the processes actually happen in the back end, in the server side. Well, in RevenueCat, these are happening client side because the in-app purchase is handled by Apple on the client instead of, for example, in the back end. The only reason that you have your RevenueCat secret is because the webhooks, for example. So I have a table that manages the subscriptions, and what I need is a webhook so that when somebody successfully subscribes, I can actually add that row in the table. But in terms of the actual API keys, the biggest connection point is actually client side. It's on the app side in the React Native app instead of being on the server side or the Nest.js app, which is what I'm used to. Like if we set this up in Stripe, Ren said, why don't you read through the RevCat docs to set it up? Well, the problem is that we've followed the approach. There's somewhere across this attack surface, there's a bug. There's something that's not configured correctly. We don't know if it's necessarily with the code. We don't know if it's with something with Apple, with my Apple developer account. We don't know if it's something in RevenueCat. There's all these different things that it could be. So I do think that reading the documents would be helpful for setup. But the problem is that we've spent, and the build just finished, we've spent long enough on this error now that it's getting to the point where, we don't know which, there's just so many different, things that could be causing this that, okay, so now it should submit to the App Store Connect. Yeah, it looks like it's doing it. Okay, so we have our iOS App Store submission going, and we'll see if the paywall works in test flight in probably about 5 minutes. 5 minutes out from testing that. When I am said, yo, what's up? Tralala said, what's the nearest campaign plan? Ads. Yeah, so we're going to do ads, and then we're also going to do a lot of like short-term content or short-form content. All right, looks like this was a success. So let's hop over to App Store Connect now and get that build approved for test flight, and then test on our iPhone. All right. All right, so if we go over test flight here, 2022 is going to be processing most likely for about another minute. If you guys are watching, you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. We've been at this for 15 days. We've been persistent even through our ups and downs. Yep. Keystream said, so your API keys are definitely set up on the production Expo app. It is required for configuration. Yeah, I'm 100% sure. I've double checked that so many times. But just because you said it, I'm gonna check. Just because that's the kind of person I am. Let's double check. Environment variables. Yeah, we're good. Alright, let's check this now. Should be good. Alright. Alright guys, paywall functionality being tested. This is a big deal. Alright, let's do iPhone mirror so you guys can see my screen. Alright, update. Version 1.0.22. You know what they say? They say that the 20-second time is the charm. Somebody, Crep, I'm just going to call you Crep. Is there a version where it did work? No, there has not been a version where it did work. All right, let's open it up. Let's see you guys. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, make sure you do so. Also, be active in chat. Let me know if you have any good ideas and we'll try them out. All right, so, I mean, at this point, I'm just expecting for it to not load in. Let's see. Yep. I mean, why is there a credentials issue? A credentials issue. Keystream said, have you signed the paid application agreements in your Apple developer account? Yes, I have. The problem is that, like, does anybody know where I can even see these logs? Like, that's another frustrating part, is that, you know, because it's on the client side, all these errors are happening client side. It makes it difficult to actually solve any bugs because I can't see, like, maybe there was possible, I don't know, maybe it was possible to actually see these logs would be better. Vista Star said, whoever said the 20-second time is a charm, never heard that. That's funny. I mean, man, this is discouraging. All right, so I did create this thing called nuclear testing. All right, guys. So this may have been a good idea. Invalid API key. Invalid API key. Nah. What? Holy. Guys, look. Look at this. Oh my gosh. All right, get products. One product has been found. Identifier, GoalPost Premium Monthly. So one product has 100% been found. Okay, so we just have an invalid API key somewhere. But where? All right. Okay. All right. All right, guys, we're gonna get to the bottom of this, all right? So whatever we do, we just cannot give up. Wait, what the heck? So debug and then run all tests. So this is a screen that I created basically to test everything. Hold on, I'm gonna, for some reason the iPhone mirroring isn't great, so let me just screenshot a bunch. So it's saying invalid API key, 100%. And it's 100% returning. I just don't know how our API key is invalid. Somebody just asked, where are you calling purchases.configure? So, all right, we got a couple ideas in the chat. So, Keys Streams said that we need to try figuring out where our purchases.configure is. Subscription service, API key. Nice. All right, so here it is. All right. All right. Okay. But the thing is that it's invalid API key. Okay, we just need it. Hold on. All right, let's do an airdrop real quick. All right, what's our core issue? Guys, we are on a bug hunt. Check this out. 1,456. If you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so. All right, let's see here. All right, the core issue has been identified. Invalid revenue cat API key. Looking at your nuclear test results, I can see exactly what's wrong. The tests clearly show customer info, invalid API key, fetch offerings, invalid API key, sync purchases, invalid API key. StoreKit found your product. Okay, so our attack surface has now shrunk a little bit because the issue is not with Apple. StoreKit found your product, 100%. Okay. So your product exists in App Store Connect. Yes. Revenue Cat cannot authenticate. The API key in your app doesn't match what's in Revenue Cat. So it's saying that this API key is outdated. But the thing is that, wow, guys, 4 people just subscribed. Thank you. You know, hold on. So this is it's a public API key, so I'm not worried about it being exposed. But I mean, what is, like, if I go to the back end, and sorry if I'm not responsive on chat, guys. I'm just kind of like locked in, so I'll get around to chat in a second. But this is like kind of the most information that this is like kind of a big deal for us because we've been working on this for a while. Okay, so if I go to our Revenue Cat dashboard and I pull up API keys, I can see the public API key for the App Store. I can literally see it. public key. Okay, so I just pasted in what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm gonna check chat now, guys. Can you console log it to see if it's coming through? We could do that in. Wait. What? It says that the API key has the wrong case. It had the wrong case? This entire time? It had the wrong case? Wait, your dashboard shows, where's the difference? Just one? Version everything from 1.0.22 to 1.0.23, and then push our changes to GitHub, and then using EAS CLI deploy this build to iOS, and then after that, please deploy that latest build to App Store Connect. All right, guys, I think we found it. I think, yeah, basically, apparently it was just our API key the whole time. It had a lowercase f instead of the uppercase f. What do you guys think about that? Three days and lowercase f did me over. Imagine. All right, while this is going, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. Keep an eye on the AI for me. Keep an eye on Cursor for me, guys, and make sure that this doesn't do anything stupid. All right. I'll be active in chat once I get back. 30 seconds. Somebody said that I should check git diffs and see when the AI changed the cases. Yeah. I mean, let's maybe we can actually get this working locally too while all this build is going on. Let's see. Expo. Alright, pull up Expo here. So this build's gonna get kicked off here in a second. All right, guys. 1.0.23. You know what they say, 23rd time's the charm. Wait, hold up. Let's see, wait, I gotta do one thing on my end. We got a build going out. Alright guys, we are close to testing this. Another 5-10 minutes and this is going to be ready to be tested. I think that we have found it. I'd like to think that we found it. I mean, is it possible that... I don't even know. If this works, it is a cause for celebration. It's also cause for you guys to all like and subscribe, because we've been doing this for 15 days straight, literally non-stop. It's a grind. Something I've noticed is that the impressions are up quite a bit. If you guys haven't already downloaded GoalPost on the App Store, there's a link in the description. And also, literally, if you just search up GoalPost, it's the first thing to show up. Let's check our reviews, see if you have any more reviews. 4 ratings, 5 stars. Cool. When we're testing this, we need to put like we need to put on that song, what's it called? It's like Kerncraft 400, you know, like the stadium chant. Hold on, if you guys are cool with it, let's put on the stadium chant. Enough with the lo-fi, let's get the stadium chant on. All right, guys, ready? Return craft. No copyright. All right. Nah, we need like the whole build up. Alright, I'm gonna turn up the volume a little bit. Alright, our build just completed, guys. Hold on. I was almost forgetting something. My bad. Alright. Let's go, guys. 1.0.23. Alright, guys. I need everybody. Big hundreds in the chat. V's in the chat. Spam the chat. Party in the chat, guys. If we just believe, if we believe that it's gonna work, then it's gonna work. All right. You just have to believe. V's in the chat. I want to see the chat spamming for this. Spam the chat, everybody. V. V's in the chat. V's in the chat. V's. V for vibes. V's in the chat. I want to see this chat spamming. Let's go. We're going in. All right, this is it, guys. This is it. All right, hold up. Let's get iPhone mirroring up, and then let's restart this. Let's get to like the best part of the song, you know? All right, we're ready. All right, hold up. We gotta like skip like right here. Most replayed. All right, guys, let's go. We're going in. All right, let's go. Update. All right, guys, let's go. Open it up. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Headphone warning. Let's go! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We did it, guys. Wow. Wow. We did it. Linux, Rovidex, Aquawolf, Vistastar. Crap. We did it. Oh my gosh, alright. Oh my gosh, guys. We did it. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Alright, let's... Alright, now we gotta figure out... Alright, so if I click continue... Alright, cool. Crap just said, this is why you never take a day off from the grind. That's facts. Alright guys, I don't want to kill you with the music here. Alright. 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 Back to the chill vibes. So, it works. Thank goodness. Alright. Wow. Alright. So now, I think the move is let's take a look at the screen, and let's get this let's take a look at this real quick. Let's get this debug logic now. Linux said progress, man. Progress. Rock on. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for hanging in there with me. It took us a couple days to get past this one. I think, you know, the more that I think about it, I think that it was a multitude of different things. You know, it's like the attack surface on this bug was just too wide. So I think, you know, when we updated the entitlements the other day, it's possible that, you know, when we were doing that, that's what fixed it. But the issue is that, you know, I think that we may have altered the API key when we made that update. So it's possible that even though that the entitlements thing fixed it, that we actually broke the functionality by, you know, that submission. You get what I'm saying? So we could have had something where, you know, changing the entitlements or changing this configuration fixed it, but then in doing so, we updated something else that broke it in a different way. So even though our initial thing fixed it, you know, it's like there was just too many moving parts. So the nuclear screen and the debug subscription logic, as this is all now working. All right. The question is now can we remove the paywall and replace it just with can we remove the paywall and can we replace it with our previous UI? That's also a big question. Thanks, Aquawolf. Aquawolf said, congrats, seems like I came at the perfect moment and that it motivates him to get back on working on his app too. So happy for me. Keep up the good work. Wish you much success. Thank you. All right, so let's get that nuclear screen out of here. Linux said, make sure we make note of this working version before we dive too deep into changing anything to do with the payment system, just in case. Yep, I agree. We already have our changes pushed, so we should be good. It's version 1.0.23. All right, so now do we need to try our own custom logic again? Help me now go back to programming our own custom subscription screen that fetches the subscriptions and offerings instead of the paywall. However, maintain backward compatibility. Just comment out the code pertaining to the paywall in case our new update doesn't work and we need to revert. But please rebuild our own custom UI for upgrading subscription for the subscription screen. All right. If you guys are watching, you haven't already subscribed, we're at 1,461. I'm telling you, I think the strategy is potentially more long-form video content, and then having more of a scheduled stream per week. Like, for example, like let's say right now I'm spending 3 to 4 hours a day, just live streaming. And then I think it may be the move to probably create some long form video content to help people, and then only stream maybe 3 or 4 days a week. Just a thought. Because right now I've done 15 days in a row. I haven't missed a single day. Keystream said, are you not using source control for this? Cursor could have just reverted to the previous commit if you did. No, I didn't want it to revert to the previous commit. I actually wanted to make updates though, because I wanted to remove the nuclear screen. And then I also wanted to make sure that the offerings was kept with backward compatibility. All right, that was crazy. All right, guys, I'm gonna go to the bathroom while this build's going. Be right back. Let's pull up Expo Dev. All right, looks good. I'm very curious to see if, I mean, like I said earlier, it's such a weird blend of, or mix of so many different things related to the functionality of this. It's possible that there was an API key issue, but the API key issue wasn't present until, I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know, we'll see. My point with that was just that it may be that once we do refresh this, that our custom screen doesn't work. And in that case, we're gonna have to revert back to the offering screen, to a paywall screen. I like a custom paywall screen better because Rovidex just asked, what have we done just now? We've got 1.0.24 building, and 1.0.24 has the custom subscription screen logic instead of the revenue cap paywall. So essentially what we're testing is what fixed it? Was it the revenue cap paywall? Or was it literally just the API key that was the issue with the lowercase f instead of capital F the whole time? Keystream says that just go through the revenue cat docs. If it doesn't work, their setup docs should help you pick up any issues. Yeah. Alright, this build should be done here in a second. Nice clip, Rovidex. That's awesome. Right here, let's check out the clip. Oh, this is building. Rovidex just put together a clip. Hold on, this is gonna be funny. Okay, hold up. This is hilarious. Alright, Rovidex made this clip. Alright, hold up. Oh! Let's go! Let's go! That's hilarious. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! That's so funny. 3 days of work. Makes sense. Oh! Alright, this should be ready in a second. Submitted. This star said, must you build and deploy before you can actually test your changes? Geez, what if you had a long list of changes to make? So that's a good question. The reason that we have to build and deploy for this is because you cannot test the App Store configuration, like the subscription on the App Store locally. Like in a simulator or an Expo Go, I can't test it. It has to have the connection to test flight, which is the production environment. So we have to test on production to test this bug. So that's why like this bug is an extra tough one, is because we've had the testing cycle has been stretched out more, which is not usual. Usual testing cycles are much shorter than this. All right, here we go though. I think that this is gonna work. Let's pull it up. All right. All right, update. So first of all, the styling is terrible, but it does work. Yeah. All right, so I'll update the styling of this, but guys, we got it working. It works without the revenue cap paywall, but wow, 3 days. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. But I think this takes us to the next step, which is getting on Google Play. I'm gonna head off now, but we did it, guys. Thank you. I'm gonna sign off for now. I may stream later, but since it's the weekend, I may spend time with my family. So